Hello, it's the bonus packles for Cryptic Yak Gaming. I decided to do something a bit different. I'm going to try and break out of the monotony of just shipping coffee between various local systems. I'm going to try and get into the narcotics trade, as I think that'll be a bit more exciting. Try and see what dodgy goods we can pick up and experiment with the silent running and see if we need to sit to this. Now what I've discovered is from Spellis, they seem to be receiving narcotics from Iranian down there, and Iran is also producing it for Opiutes For The People. Now Lewin I kind of want to go to, so it's got like a touristy backstory to it in order to get that Opiutes down, but they seem to produce their own narcotics as well, which is sending it down, so we're going to go now and investigate. Now I've picked up some animal monitors from here to sell when I get to Iran and introduce our cultural nature, and then we're going to have a look at what narcotics are actually available, either in the form of mission or direct over the commodities market if it's just something like alcohol. See if there's anything for sale on the black market. Just a bit of my first taste of this sort of darker side of trading. Now I'm still flying the Sidewinder with no upgrades at all, so if it goes horribly wrong and get destroyed, I've got no loss, so good.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Okay. Okay. Line us up with the vector to Iranin. Just wait to get far enough away from the station that we can get the mass lock. Arm of the galaxy there. Now I read a newsletter that apparently when they get mining and resource collection released, they're going to start using ram scoots for collecting stellar dust like these things. Get rare materials from that.
Drive charging.
Because they are basically still components of their various minerals and base elements forming together through gravitational effect. So you're going to get like helium-3 and hydrocarbons forming in there. So quite good for fuel collecting. I suspect if they're going to go down that route. Once again, back in hyperdrive. Which is very pretty. I'm slightly worried about high-speed impacts, probably you've seen the previous video I've mentioned on those. So if you hit anything at relatively 6 speed, it's just going to go straight through you if you've got your shields off. See, Super Cruise, the shield diagram has disappeared from my little 3D model. So I'm somewhat concerned about that. From an RP perspective. Sure it all works fine in the setting of the game. If they ever bring in collision with space junk or comets or other miniature stellar bodies, anything of any significant density, it's going to cause quite significant damage to a craft. So we're currently travelling at 14 or 15, 16 times the speed of light, which even if we run into a ping pong ball at that speed, it's just going to melt the ship. Oh, massively good overshoot. So I'm going to pull up and come down on it from a fancy angle. Very rarely approach these stations with the correct angle of ascent. It works out sometimes. You end up entering the system closer to the docking bay, sometimes just completely by accident. But most of the time it just dumps you straight into the normal staging area in the instance part of the system. Right. As opposed to Azman, which, if the trade route is true, it's going to have lots of nice narcotics for us to peruse, depending on what it bases narcotics on. And the fact that they release those data to the global trading market for them to make those trade maps suggests they're probably not quite as dodgy as the first seem. Scourge. Having a lot of hang between both entering and exiting Supercruise and Hyperdrive in the minute. It appears to be server side. Maybe it's just busy and there's not enough connections, or some sort of maintenance going on. It tends to resolve itself. Though if it takes too long, obviously I'll edit it out. Here we go. Cool. Now a tip that I heard about is if these stations are rotating anti-clockwise from your perspective, that's the docking edge. So that's going clockwise, so to the other side. Seems to work so far. So if we fly past and under isn't really a direction you can use in three-dimensional space, no mind, but where we are using the frame reference of the ship is going to be under for us. So the docking hangar bay door should be on the opposite side, so it's rotating face to us. So let's see. No one else around at the minute, which is good. Contact. Doesn't look like a player, which is good. There we are. There's the little floating drones of the docking bay. So if we pull up sharpish, bring down the speed, so we have systems. Start our climb. Is it there? So doing that. Always press docking. Lest you forget, go in there, they're going to shoot at you. Out. Having this lot recently as well. So timed out requests. I think I had to request about 8 or 9 times before I got any response, and even then it denied it.
Request granted.
Seems just a busy port. Control-wise, what I've ended up doing is using the joystick and the throttle I have here for main ship controls, but then when we start to dock, I have to use much finer controls. I change over to the normal WSD controls for vertical and vertical lift and vertical descent. So I'm stopping there, and I can use the controls to gear down. That gives you much more finer much finer control of landing procedures. So it's quite similar to, well, I was going to say using a landing computer, which is exactly what I'm doing. But hey ho. Now I need to look into a way of doing it without throttle control, but just burst movement. Otherwise engine that's sort of drifting forwards and backwards a bit as you're coming down. Okay.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Right, so let's sell these animal monitors and see what fun stuff they got for trade. Now I've been refueling. It says 10 credits for 0.46, but then the actual. Oh no, it's working. Sorry. I thought it was a bug earlier, whereas it wasn't actually charging me for for fuel, which would have been nice, but it appears to either now be behaving itself or I just saw it wrong. So let's see. Crop harvesters is what we're after. Animal monitors. Bought for 168, sell for 289. So 5,600-ish credits made there, which is good. Okay, so they've got demand for narcotics. They don't actually have any. Interesting. So, what's on board? Special. No, I'm not going to leave reactive answer. It's quite funny, isn't it? I almost bought some of those. Crop harvest long distance. We do that. Black market doesn't seem to exist. Okay, that's kind of scuppered that plan. Let's have a look at this trade map again. Now, there's definitely green of narcotics coming away from here and going to Lunin. But then they are also having it here. High tech. Generation. Biological wonders. Tourism. Okay. So let's take them some coffee. Now that's interesting. Have I not got a jump connection with them? Oh no, of course I don't. I've got to go down this first. Okay, so we'll take them coffee. Because if they're a tourist destination, they've probably got 1,000 coffee chains of various types. Copy. Now the tea goes for more, but the profit margin is smaller. So I can take 4 lots of coffee.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
What I find is that if you're going somewhere, just always take something to sell when you get there. Now that's interesting. I presume the game's going to catch up at some point and take it back out to take it off. Here we go. I think some solenoids got stuck there. So it means I have to instantly take off though, otherwise I'll crash. Go, go, go.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Okay. Now I'm not too sure what these lights are supposed to depict, if they're just landing lights or some sort of biological agent neutralizing light, unlike UV scrubbers here in labs and things. Or if it's suggesting it's actually an atmosphere inside there. Because they're possible for wandering around on the internal surfaces of those orbitals. Don't know. Not sure they want to do with the lore on those. Oh, landing gear off. Always helps. Jump exceeds drive fuel. It's because I want to go to Opiutes, that's why.
Drive charging.
That'll be right. Okay. It's not quite so much.
Ready to engage. 4,
Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Whee! Through space. See now, the shields are up in hyperspace, but then when you drop out in supercruise, shields disappear. Impact alarm. Just going, excuse me, you're going to run to that big planet there. So now I'm in. Lock and engage.
Drive charging.
Wherever he's gone. Player over there. Ah, got it quite in time.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Let's try that again once it's cooled down.
Warning. Temperature critical. Drive charging.
Okay, let's try and escape this sun's pool. I suppose if it's this close, none of my equipment would probably work.
4, 3,
Not particularly well heat shields on this. I wonder if they're going to introduce a storyline concerning hyperspace,
warning. Temperature critical.
much like in Babylon 5 and things like that. Or to a lesser extent DS9. Whoa. I'm right next to it or something. Okay, it seems like I've lost control of the ship. Oh, there we go. No, it's just a load error. Okay, that's fine.
Warning. Temperature critical.
There it is. There it is. No, if you try and get to these things on conventional drive, it just doesn't do no good at all.
Drive charging.
I had to repair my ship. What was it, dash?
Ready to engage.
Escape vector. Too close to the sun, that's the problem.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Let's not get stuck too close to the sun this time. Down a bit down here, so I'm not so close to the stellar body. Well, that was a trip filled of tribulations and poor piloting skills on my half. Now, is that a ship? I think it is. Got a couple of players heading for the same system as me. Now what I found out is that these speed controls are not as sensitive as you thought they might would be. I suppose not having any air resistance or ways to slow the craft down except like resistant thrust. It just doesn't. The speed doesn't naturally decay of the ship. You need to actually reduce it with the implication of forward thrust or reverse thrust, depending which direction you're going in. There, my loose grasp of physics. It's a little bit closer and I can leave jump space. Oh, super cruise. Okay. Looks like I've used about half my fuel anyway. Okay. Hanging again. There we go. Right. I always think the dock is probably the larger portion of these ships, so if you think the closest one is a sort of CNC, then it must be, yeah, that must be down the other end of the orbital. Yeah, it's down that end. Okay. Let's have a look. Quite see the billboards yet, which is usually a giveaway. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the ship's just left it. Okay. So, first steps. Press the old docking.
Request granted.
Landing pad 6. Up shields. One of those costly collisions or something up here. Again, quite a steep rising docking with the station. Oh, that's close. Okay. back of it. Down. There we are. So, whoa, don't fly into the control tower. That'd be detrimental to my trading.
Successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay. I always like to go into the team hangar. Feel protected from some accidental collisions, some crafts at the top. So, fuel. Sort that out. Not quite yet. I'm going to repair my hull. So those unfortunate drops out of Super Cruise. I didn't mean to. Means it's quite cheap to repair this craft at the minute, which is good. Okay. Sell my copy book for 11.14. Sell for 12.26. It's not a huge amount of profit, but 500 credits is 500 credits. Okay, drugs, beer. Okay. So they haven't got any either. Couriers required. Couriers for Upala. Not doing that for 400 credits. Mega hull, long distance. Yeah, got assistance for that. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused by this trade route system then. Because I would interpret this map as these guys actively exporting narcotics. Here we are, see? Tricapla. Industrial. Low population industrial park. LS3006 recently. Ores and minerals. Weird. Okay. Okay. Choice and high tech. Right. Doesn't appear to actually be any trade in narcotics. There is a medium demand. Pretty much everywhere I've been wants beer, so if I can actually find someone that actually sells beer. Not too worried about an eagle. Hauler is kind of what I'm aiming for. So what do these guys actually have? lots of combat stabilizers. Which is not so useful. They are after computer components. I always scrap. Synthetic meat. They had lots of. So I'm going to take some meat.
Warning, cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Let's have a quick look at this galaxy map. Now, if I were to be a system specialising in brewing beer, where would I be? Polis. Agricultural economy. Now this one is definitely exporting lots of drugs. Or narcotics. So is Anagipe. Independent agricultural colony. Okay. How would one actually get up there? With a ship with more range, I suspect. Weird, got a connection to. So if I reduce my mass, collapse those systems. 1 ton of that might be another task for another day. Opala seems to be another local agricultural. Yeah. So let's go there. Opala. Involves jump type boosters. Okay.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Get down. Accelerate. Ooh. Slightly overshot there. Okay. Powder. Sticks. Dead system of little interest. That might be worth a look. Nothing in space is of interest.
Drive charging.
Okay, don't try to boost this. There we go, now with sticks.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see what is available there. Now, is this sticks as in the river you have to cross on the way to Afterlife, where relatives would put coins on the corpse to pay the ferryman to take them across?
Drive charging.
Find out in a second. Alright, so this is this very active sun. Any contacts? Nothing, okay. Oh yeah. No installations, okay. Just continue on to Impala. Yeah, the Impala's a little car, isn't it?
Drive charging.
Opala. This means I'm approaching the system from an unexpected direction.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I suppose if you want to just stage an attack, so just meeting up a fleet at one of those planets orbiting sticks, quite useful. Nice and hidden there. Cooling sun. Okay, Palmer. Rumming care.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Too close to these things. Random co-state.
Drive charging. Ready to engage. 4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Still getting proximity alerts. Nowhere near the sun anymore. Star, I should say. Still a bit. Now, I'm still wondering about this package on here. Earlier I noticed he had a thermos flask, that chap. I can't see it now. So did the details inside the cockpit change occasionally? Dunno. Be a nice touch if it does. All the personal effects moved around occasionally. Because whatever this is, it's in a soft carrier and it's belted down on what looks like a luggage rack. And I think behind those bungee cords down there, I did at one point spot... Yeah, there you go, thermos flask. little touch there. Light seconds. Not quite awake enough to do the mental reflect to work out how long that'll take to. Well, apart from 300 seconds, but if I dropped the speed down to 1 or sub-light speed, how long it would take eventually? Significant amount of time, basically. Okay. So I'm like a ramen and go state. If it's an international, independent colony rather than a federation or state-aligned, might be more likely to have a black market. And see if anyone's found any systems that sell beer and become a off license in space. Which I think would be good. Okay, almost there. Safe distance. Come on, come on, come on. Drop out. Okay. Let's see how much this hangs for this time, or is it slightly improving? Nope. Still hanging for a short time. There we go. So once again, I think the docking bay is in the abdomen of the craft, as it were. Construction of these orbitals must take decades, if not centuries. Impressive feat of engineering. Okay, that's front door. That's good.
Request granted.
Pad 27. Rotation, and just sneak through 27, there it is.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Okay. Sell them our synthetic meat. Let's see what they've got. Synthetic meat. Bought for 87. Ah, not so good then. Okay. Drugs. So they've still not got any beer either. Sell those for no profit. Contacts. Black market. I want to sell illegal goods. You don't know anything. Okay, so these guys do have a black market. That sounds like people trying to run in. What do these do? We need couriers, agrimates. Confidential packets. Okay. I'm going to call it a stop there and investigate what I can collect and bring to these guys for black market. This is Brains Packer signing off. Will be part 2 of my slightly illicit activities on Elite once I've actually worked out where to source the materials from. Okay, signing off.